Hello everybody, we are back again for another video. My name is Gavin, this is my dad,
Craig.
and today we're going to be reacting to The Car by Arctic Monkeys. Now, with this one, basically, we know pretty much everything by Arctic Monkeys prior to Tranquility Base Hotel, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, we've probably, I mean, I've only listened to them when they first came out, really, and then,
Years ago.
then you know, like when the albums come out, boom, all over it.
Yeah, so from Favourite Worst Nightmare,
Yeah.
Humbug, AM, we know them all, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, like, for me personally, Humbug were my favourite album, although AM was a massive album, big, groundbreaking album for them. The sales were absolutely phenomenal for that album. I think they were sold about 3 million US with AM. UK just short of 2 million.
Right.
So that was the big album for them.
Biggest one.
Big turning point.
I can't think what my favourite one is. I think they're all on an even keel.
Yeah, I think what it were with Humbug with me is that I think they ended up going over to LA, and I know that Josh Homme, who's out of Queen of the Stone Age, he'd worked with them on a couple of previous albums, and then I think he got them over to LA and he produced Humbug with them.
Right,
and did
that's why it's a bit more heavy and a bit rocky.
All guitar music in it and heavy, and I thought, that's a good album. So, yeah.
I think with Arctic Monkey, I think why I've personally not listened to Tranquility in the Car is they did a left turn, didn't they?
Yeah, it just all changed a bit, didn't it? They just kind of went this unusual, much more kind of like mature sort of sound to me, you know.
Just a bit of a left turn in music, weren't it? The thrashy guitars seem to disappear a bit, the thudding drums and whatnot. And
they still maintain the quirky lyrics though, don't they? You know, like, I mean, we can relate to it because they come from just over the
about an hour away, aren't
about
they?
an hour away from where we are. From where we live, so it's all very, very relatable to us, especially some of the early days, the quirky lyrics that he's come out with on some of the earlier albums, which he has maintained. I think with Hotel Tranquility, like you said, big left turn, a lot of people kind of said, it's gone all really pretentious and stuff.
It weren't everyone's cup of tea, were it?
No, it certainly weren't, no, but to be honest with you, I really, really liked it. I thought it was a great album, me. My partner, Barbara, is the biggest Arctic Monkeys fan on the planet, so I got it absolutely hammered down my neck.
You can't say anything bad about Arctic Monkeys around Barbara, can you?
Got to be really careful today, aren't we? Really careful.
Best behaviour.
As far as the car goes, Gav, I think we've both heard the Better Be a Mirrorball. Am I right in saying that? And Bodypaint.
I've not heard Bodypaint, I don't think.
No.
Definitely heard Mirrorball. But my analogy, just to quickly sum up, is I thought Radiohead did a similar thing. They did OK Computer, the Bends, Pablo Honey, then they took a left turn and they went down the route of Amnesiac Kid A. Now, with me, I'd not heard OK Computer and the Bends, so my first point for Radiohead was Amnesiac Kid A, so I loved it. A lot of people that had been used to OK Computer were like,
well, what's going on here? Yeah. All the guitar music's kind of
why is this changed? Why is this changed? Now with Arctic Monkeys, I'm the opposite. I've done roles reversed. I've heard all what there was like up to that. Then this point, I heard a few singles. I'm like, that's Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah, you know, I think that was a lot of people's reaction.
That was a lot of people's reaction. If we're being honest, but I've not listened to an album, so let's...
No, I mean, I'm not familiar with this album. She'll kill me, to be honest with you, because she thinks that I've heard it all. I haven't. That's why we're going to react to it. So, no doubt, whatever comments that we do make about it, I'm sure that Barbara will be picking up on them, and it's no doubt be the opposite of what we said, because she knows everything.
I won't be in the room when she watches it back.
Absolutely, man. Anyway, cool.
Without further ado, let's get into track one, The Better Be a Mirrorball, which we both have heard, haven't we?
Yeah. Suspense, Gav, innit?
I don't remember this bit at all, to be honest.
Yeah, I do, I know it well.
Don't get emotional, that ain't like you. Yesterday still leaking through the roof.
Very smooth, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
But that's nothing new. So if you wanna walk me to the car, you ought to know I'll have a heavy heart. So can we please be absolutely sure that there's a Mirrorball? You're getting cynical and that won't do.
It's got a lovely sound to it, doesn't it?
It's fantastic song.
Back
Yeah.
on the exploded view. Them in the eye.
Sounds very open and spacey.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And say, baby, it's been nice.
It's just a relaxed and cool in it, and
So do you
beautiful.
wanna walk me to the car? I'm sure to have a heavy heart.
great lyrics.
Yeah.
Fantastic writing.
Can we please be absolutely sure that there's a Mirrorball?
I love how all the orchestration comes in, you know, just gives it such a beautiful sound.
A bit of a moody tone there.
Great.
Oh, there'd better be a Mirrorball.
It's emotional, isn't it? And like a sad feeling to it. It's,
Like the ending of a film, isn't it?
yeah,
You know what I mean?
I agree with that, mate. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, lovely song. Came back to me.
Yeah, yeah.
I've not heard it 100 times. I must admit, I think I'd heard it 3 or 4 times, but I remember thinking it's a really nice song.
I've heard it an awful lot of times because, you know, obviously I've got it on playlists. Great tune, mate. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It did
Beautiful
remind me
song.
of the ending of a film.
Yeah, it is. It's a little bit
Do you know what I mean?
cinematic, It's got
Yeah.
that sort of that.
Maybe where you're on the edge of a mountain driving, an
Yeah.
open top car or something, and you're driving away from something, you know.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah,
That's where it took me
Yeah,
anyway.
but sort
but-
of talk. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, nice one, mate. Yeah, nice one. Cool.
Yeah, on to the hence the car.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
On to the next track, which is I Ain't Quite Where I Think I Am.
Freaky keeper by the retina scan. I've been given good reason to believe.
This is funky, Gavin, isn't it?
Very, yeah.
Very funky sound to it.
Think I am. Formation displays of affection fly over. I roll back and I can see both islands now.
It's all very soft and subtle, in it, and really nice sound going on.
It's the intermission. Let's shake a few hands.
Lovely guitar.
Yeah, sounds great, doesn't it?
Think I am stackable party guests to fill the awkward silences. The disco strobes and the stumbling blocks. Wait, there's the other island now. Formation displays of affection fly over. I slow back and I can see both islands now.
Not quite sure what he's relating to. I'd have to
That's what I'm
look
trying to
over
suck
it.
into
Yeah.
now, yeah.
The spare set of tingles already.
Sounds like it's got like a bit of an erotic sort of sound to it, you know, a bit.
Yeah, maybe.
If I get it my way.
Did I say the word erotic then? I think I meant exotic. Sorry about that.
Looks like the
music's got a really like a clean sound to it.
Yeah,
do you know
it
what I mean?
Sounds great. It's produced really well, isn't it? And the mix is fantastic.
Early predictions would seem to suggest I ain't quite where I think I am.
It's mentioning the islands, these islands, don't you? The Riviera. So
are they a metaphor though?
I don't really know. I know somebody who will know. But
yeah, you'll find out tonight.
Sure, I will.
Another really nice track.
It was lovely, weren't it?
Yeah.
Just nice and short. Just created something in your head, didn't it? A little bit, like I said, something a bit exotic. French Riviera, driving a car, you know, car.
Yeah. It put you in a holiday destination, didn't it?
Yeah, a little bit sort of along them lines, weren't it?
The only thing I will say, which I've mentioned before when I've heard the singles, is as much as I like this sound, it does sound like a personal project. It sounds like Alex Turner.
A lot of people said that, didn't they? I think when I first heard that Hotel Tranquility, I thought, is this an Arctic Monkeys album or is it an actual Alex Turner album? Yeah. And this is I think this is a spin-off off the Hotel Tranquility. I know that album was a bit more all sci-fi, a bit futuristic, sort of like a planet somewhere else or something that he'd visited. It was a bit crazy, a bit wacky, and I didn't really get it. Whereas Barbara were all over it and she explained to me what it was about. Yeah. But this one, I think, is a bit of a spin off the back of that, but a bit more back down to reality. Yeah. Not something that's a bit out there.
When it first came in, his lyrics and his you know, the way he was saying them reminded me a bit of Arctic Monkeys, but musically.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know.
It's not all that choppy, down quirky guitars, is it?
No. If he wasn't singing, if Alex Turner wasn't singing on this and you just heard the backing, you wouldn't have a clue it was, would you?
You wouldn't think it was Arctic Monkeys, would you?
Wouldn't have a clue.
No.
But
I agree with that.
It's still nice.
It's lovely, nice. It's lovely. Nice. I like it. It just sounds a lot more mature sounding, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Something's changed, you know. But I love it.
Probably gone through a lot more life experiences, hasn't he?
Exactly,
and,
absolutely, yeah.
Grown up. You get bored, don't you? Because they did do quite a lot of albums in the early days, didn't they? They've done 5 of similar sounding albums, and then
they seem to bang them out pretty quick as well. I think first album was about 2006. I think it was.
I thought it might have been earlier than that. You might be right.
I think so. I know that Humbugs was 2009, and I think they had an album in between that, or maybe. Humbug was the 3rd album.
Right.
And then they sort of went on from there until they got to AM, maybe 2 in between that. They hit AM, I think, at 2009. I think, I could be wrong.
So was AM the final album before Tranquility? The change?
No, I think they had another one after that, and then it all sort of like changed. I mean, I could be wrong. There could have been another 2. I mean, they've got 7 studio albums out. I know that. Right. And I know that, this is the 7th. The Car is the 7th studio album.
I understand.
As far as I'm aware.
Let's keep going. Sculptures of Anything Goes.
Sounds interesting, Gav. Sounds a bit deep, doesn't it? A little bit sinister sounding.
Yeah, very deep.
How am I supposed to manage my infallible beliefs? Sometime in the future, whilst wondering if your mother still ever thinks of me.
I'm intrigued to see where this goes.
Yeah.
Hallelujah, blank canvases lent against gallery wall.
One thing that hasn't changed is his voice.
Yeah. He's got a very, very melodic way of putting his lyrics across, and he never seems to follow a beat or the melody of the music. He just seems to make the melody up with his vocal, doesn't he? It's very, very clever.
Sense of longing, kinda trying to cause a scene. When you said 'em out loud, blank canvases.
I like it, this, Gav. It's the moodiness of it again, you know what I'm like for me moody sort of songs and stuff. It's just got that something unusual going on for them anyway.
I'm still working it out.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Marble stairs leading to almost where
Some interesting sort of, music coming in there.
you want them to.
Like that.
Great voice, yeah, fantastic. Whoa.
Oh, I like that.
The simulation cartridge for City Life 09.
Very talented, isn't he, Gav? He's
Yeah.
his songwriting,
His lyrics.
his
and
lyrics
whatnot,
are just take a bit of getting your head round, don't they? To see what's going on.
Yeah.
They look a bit metaphoric, don't they? You're thinking, what's sort of going on here? Sorry to talk at the end of that one. I just got a bit carried away with myself.
Yeah, I was trying to suss out what I was listening to there, and I didn't. Yeah. I didn't quite. Even in the end, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what to take from it. I can't really put down on. I can't really
pinpoint it. Yeah,
I'm not.
Probably one of those that might take a few listens. That I mean,
I think so.
It's not absolutely jumping out to me, and I'm thinking, wow. It's just. I don't know.
They usually are the growers, aren't they?
Well, this is it, isn't
Do you know
it?
what I mean?
Yeah. This is the thing.
I've had plenty of albums where I first listened. They're normally the best ones, actually. And
yeah, exactly.
It starts to click with you after 3 or 4 listens, doesn't it? But
yeah, I get it, man.
Yeah, with that one, I don't know. I thought halfway through, I would sussing out what were going on, and I'm trying to follow the lyrics, and then it changed a bit, and.
We expecting it to sort of go somewhere.
I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting.
I was a bit like that. I thought, is it going to stay all the way through this? Boom, boom, boom.
I think the contrast of the music that were going on with his voice as well.
Yeah,
we're trying to. I'm not saying it didn't go, but I was trying to piece it together. I don't know. I just couldn't work out what I was listening to.
That's fine, there, isn't it? Yeah, it is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's however it gets you, kind of thing.
Yeah. Moving on to the next track, which is Jet Skis on the Moat.
Crazy title.
Jet skis on the moat. They shot it all.
Sounds a bit Hendrix, is that, does it?
Yeah, with a wow on your guitar, yeah. It does, yeah.
It's the last time you're gonna ride.
Does, doesn't it?
Showstoppers Anonymous. Come over here and give your buddy a hug.
Very mellow album at the moment, Gav, isn't it?
Very,
so much for deciding not to let it slide. When it's over, you're supposed to know.
This comes across very soulful to me, this. I think it's the tempo and the beat,
Yeah.
Lights out in the Wonder Park. Your sawtooth lover boy was quick off the mark. That's long enough in the sunshine.
It's all putting me at like a dinner party. Do you know what I mean?
It's weird, isn't it? Everything's sort of like
Just trying to picture where I am, somewhere in France, or somewhere in a chateau and having a swanky dinner party and a 3-cup 5-course meal.
Sounds alright, that part. Wish I were in the same place as you.
I do,
Or are you just happy to sit there and watch while the paint job dries?
That's the bit I find very soulful.
Supposed to know.
That's nice, isn't it? Nice, that.
Floating,
drifting, it's all. What do you make of that one, Paul?
It's just it seems to be putting me in a place with money and wealth.
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I can imagine him walking around Monaco on the F1.
Yeah.
With I don't know. That's the only, with yachts everywhere, and that's just, it seems to be where it puts me.
I can see where you're coming from.
Do you know what I mean?
But to me, it'd be more like going back into like the 1970s or something. It's got that, to me, it's got that vintage kind of sound to it, which I know that part of the album is a bit like that.
I must admit, being totally honest, it's not sucking me in as much as an Arctic Monkeys one would, but as much as an old Arctic Monkeys one would.
Yeah.
But
I get that.
I totally take your point, because there's been that many albums where I felt like this. I think I'm just a bit unsure.
Yeah.
Is the question.
Did his expectations that though? Because you're used to one being so kind of quirky and bump and
no, because I'd heard a couple of singles I knew they'd changed into this style. So no, I knew I was going to be listening to this.
It was going to be something, yeah.
But it's intriguing. Do you know what I mean? It's making me want to play it, but I'm still not quite sure.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Cool, man. I think you'll find that response is going off things that I've read, especially with Hotel Tranquility, because that was the big woof. Hang on a minute. I don't know.
Is that the general consensus?
It seems to be. People are kind of going, hang on, what's happened to Arctic Monkeys? Is it not just like you were saying before, an Alex Turner album?
Yeah, I get you.
I think I've seen them live in concert twice.
Yeah.
I've seen them once when I think it was the Hotel Tranquility had just come out, and then I saw them when The Car had just come out.
Right.
So, but I didn't have a clue about any of these tracks.
Right, yeah, I get
Most of the stuff that they played in the concerts were all, all the hits, basically.
Yeah.
And they were absolutely brilliant, don't get me wrong, they were really, really good.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I didn't, like you say, I think Bodypaint they played, and Mirrorball they played, might have played another one off this
but
in
concert. You can't recall which one or anything.
Can't recall which the other one were. I remember those two because they were singles, and that's why I know them, obviously.
Yeah. But this to me is, I'd have to listen to it again. So far, we're only 4 tracks in. It might,
Yeah, of course, yeah.
It might change, but it feels like one of them albums that does need plenty of listens.
A grower, yeah.
Yeah, plenty of listens, and
a grower, man.
All of a sudden something clicks and you go, oh,
yeah,
I like that. Do you know what I mean?
But then again, you might listen to it and think, you know what, I'm not getting this. I prefer the earlier stuff.
Absolutely, yeah. Moving on to the next track, which is Bodypaint.
This is a really good track, Gav.
Is that?
I'm not. I don't. Did you say you haven't heard this one?
No.
This is one of the standout tracks for me.
For a master of deception and subterfuge, you've made yourself quite the bed to lie in. So
Is this him playing piano?
I think he did a bit of it going on, yeah. He run the guitars, I think, when I went seeing them. Obviously, they're playing live, aren't they? So they'll have Sunday. I think he does have a bit of a mooch on it at some point.
Teeth are beating and my knees are weak. It's as if
I like this one.
something up with the wiring behind the mountain peak. Don't have to mean that you've gone into hiding. So predictable, I know what you're thinking. I'm watching your every move. I feel the tears are coming on.
Plenty of that orchestration going on, isn't there?
It won't be long.
Yeah.
It won't be long. Straight from the cover shoot, steal a trace of body paint. And I'm keeping on my costume and calling it a writing tool. And if you're thinking of me, I'm probably thinking of you.
That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, I get this one.
Yeah.
I can.
It's more kind of relatable, isn't it? Yeah.
Steal a trace of body paint on your legs and on your arms and on your
Yeah, nice track this one.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Nice, that, isn't it? Nice bit of guitar going on.
Yeah. It's a good track.
They rock it out at the end here, don't they?
I think there's just enough going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. They really give it some shit live, that. You know, at the end, that end bit, yeah, he really starts giving it some on guitars. Becomes quite an heavy track, really. It's good. Good track, though, yeah.
I really enjoyed that one.
Good track, Bodypaint,
yeah. And I think listening to that made me maybe realise that the previous tracks, maybe there wasn't enough going on.
Yeah.
For me to, you know, to be absolutely sucked in, whereas that was just enough. Yeah, and I thought the contrast of his voice, the music, just sat perfectly with that. Yeah.
Sounded a bit more aggressive, weren't it? It started off dead mellow and then it sort of went off on one.
I don't know if I got aggressive.
Well, not so much, not aggressive, but it had a bit more attitude to it. There was something, had a bit more...
There's just more going on. I think the other ones have been a bit backgroundy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
But I'm hoping, and I've got a feeling that this might be, like we say, you know, after 3, 4, 5 listens, you're hooked and you'll probably never look back to the previous Arctic Monkeys, you know, no, I'm into this new side sort of them. And
this new sound of them, yeah.
I don't know. No, I thought it was a really good track. My standout one is the one I heard so far, Mirrorball. That definitely...
Yeah, kind of follows it, doesn't it? Yeah. I agree with that, to be honest with you. I think Mirrorball's probably the best track up to now, and the Bodypaint is the second one after that one.
Personally.
For me as well, mate. I agree, yeah.
But we have got a few more left.
Let's go.
Moving on. Next track, The Car.
The title track.
Your grandfather's guitar.
Can you hear it, can't you?
Bit of a country sound, that.
Your grandfather's guitar. Thinking about how funny I must look.
A bit westerny to me.
Yeah, it's got that sort of like westerny feel to it, hasn't it, with the guitar. Spanish here, Migos, Mexican, sorry.
But it ain't a holiday until you go to fix something from.
Reminded me of a bit of Eagles.
Yeah,
In the background.
Yeah, I do know what you mean, yeah. That sort of country westerny sort of thing, there's some vibe to it. Yeah. I like this track. I'm liking this.
Yeah, I agree.
And we're sweeping for bugs. But it ain't a holiday until they force you to make
It's like he's kind of talking about going on holiday with his parents or his family or something, like on a journey. That's what I'm kind of getting a bit.
Sweeping bugs, dusty apartments, sort of going to the same cafe.
Like reminiscing, you know, back of what he did in his youth days, maybe going on holiday with his parents in the car. I'm not sure, I could be wrong. And you pretend to fall asleep on the way back because you're a bit zombified, aren't you?
Song puts me on back of a horse.
Yeah, it's got that. It's that. Yeah, you can hear it in the background. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, don't mind that track. Don't mind that track.
I really like that track, Gav. I really like that.
I agree.
I thought it was good. Take a few listens this album for me, definitely.
No.
You know what I mean? There's certain tracks that stand out more than others. It's getting better as it's going along. You know, like...
Totally agree. I think there were just 2 tracks at the beginning. Mirrorball, then I think there were 2 or 3 after that were... I'm not saying I got lost, but I didn't even pick up any lyrics. I was really focused on the contrast of his voice with the music going on and trying to...
Whether it
when I was trying to get into it. And at the end of it, I just felt undecided after those 2 tracks. But since then... It's
started to pick up a bit, hasn't it? Yeah,
definitely.
I get it, man.
I'm enjoying it more.
Good stuff.
Let's keep going, shall we, mate?
Yep.
Next track, Big Ideas. Let's hope it continues.
Yeah.
That's quite a number to sing. Spotlit, getting lowered in. Can you co-direct and play?
Like the sound of it.
I do as well, yeah.
The ballad of what could have been.
Good line, nice line, though.
Over and out. It's been a thrill. I had big ideas. The band was so excited. The kind you'd rather not share over the phone. But now the orchestra's got us all surrounded, and I cannot for the life of me remember.
Nice song, this, I like it.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? Reminds me of being quite sad. It's a sad song. I'm not quite sure what he's getting across with his lyrics.
Coordinated release, nationwide festivities. We had 'em out of their seats. Over and out.
Is it like a bye-bye song? You know, a bye end of an era? I don't know. That's what it's giving me a little
I
bit.
had big ideas. The band was so excited.
Like a farewell kind of.
The kind you'd rather
A farewell to something.
It sounds it, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? Yeah. Could be completely wrong, but I don't know.
Orchestra's got us all surrounded.
Lovely track, this one.
Yeah, beautiful, Gav.
Cannot for the life of me remember how they go.
It's giving me vibes of some of this song. I'll tell you after.
Yeah? Cool. Nice. I love the guitar, Gav.
Yeah. I love the song.
It's a cracking
really good
song. Yeah.
Really good.
It's a standout one, this, isn't it?
Can't for the life of me remember how they go.
Beautiful song, that. Beautiful.
Absolutely brilliant.
Top tune, that, weren't it? Yeah. There's something about that, weren't there? It just
Absolutely brilliant.
a little
Loved
bit
it.
a little bit mystical going on at the beginning.
I think I've said this before about another song that we've reviewed.
Yeah.
But taking his voice away from that, it reminded me of something that you did on James Bond.
Yeah, yeah.
Apart from the
I don't know
lead
what you
guitar, it had a
bit cinematic in it again. Yeah, yeah.
James Bond-esque.
The feel of it.
Feel
yeah,
of
the
it.
feel
Obviously,
of the
apart from his voice, Alex Turner's voice would not work on a James Bond film. That's for sure.
not.
But yeah, brilliant track. Probably, it could even be my favourite one so far. That I'm not sure.
That's probably my favourite track, apart from the Mirrorball and possibly Bodypaint. To be honest, it's a different song than Bodypaint. I think Mirrorball's an absolutely fantastic record. It stands out.
Yeah, I agree.
For me.
I agree.
But that big ideas, that something
I thought that was
stuck
better
out
than
there.
Bodypaint, personally.
Yeah.
I'd like to play it again.
I do know what you mean. I think Bodypaint's a really good track, but it's a different feel to Bodypaint, kind of, to me. I found the lyrics quite powerful, but I just weren't quite understanding on a first read of what they were actually getting at, if you get me. It seemed to be like it was a bit of a send-off or a goodbye. We've kind of done it all. We're now surrounded by a big band. And
I got that, yeah. We're surrounded by the orchestra, he was saying, weren't he? But I don't know, I'm trying to work out if some of these words are metaphors.
Yeah, well,
Could
this
be
is
quite a few of them in there that are
exactly
metaphoric for another meaning,
exactly,
obviously. But
exactly.
It's definitely growing on me, this already, I must admit.
Good stuff, mate. Cool. Good
Move
stuff.
on to the next track, which is Hello You.
Tempo, this one.
Yep.
Lego Napoleon movie, written in noble gas-filled glass tubes, underlined in sparks. I'll admit it's elaborate for a waking thought. There's just enough time left to swing by and readdress the start. If you're calling up and pull around the car and stop specializing in stories from the road. Hello, you. Still dragging out a long goodbye. I ought to apologize.
It's another one where I can't make my mind up just yet.
Yeah,
I'm still working it out.
I'm a little bit myself, same on this one a little bit. I'm sort of, the beat's nice and everything, but it's not, there's nothing quite going compared to the last one. A bit more up tempo, obviously, but
This electric warrior's motorcade, picking a moment along a country lane, the kind where the harmonies feel right at home.
I'm surprised how much orchestration there's on the whole album.
Yeah,
It's full of
every
it, innit?
track,
Yeah.
every track, yeah.
That's what gives it that feel, innit? That sort of bit of a retro feel to it, or a bit vintage
Still
even.
dragging out a long goodbye. I ought to apologize. Taking a dive into your crystal ball. Snorkel down the beaches, fruitlessly.
See, this part of his voice suits the song better for me.
Yeah.
To rob a snooker club.
Oh, but a snooker club.
Pass for 17 if I just get a shave and catch some Z's.
Love the timing on that.
Yeah. Nice, that, I know.
See the timing?
Yeah, down. That's a little.
And the hello you is not quite on.
Yeah. It's not on with the beat, is it?
Really grew on me, that.
Yeah, it got better as it went along, didn't it, that track? I'd have to listen to it.
Yeah, I would. I think the first...
Same with the album again. It's one of them albums to me. This definitely needs a few listens to me.
Yeah,
it
100%.
Don't go bang, does it, and hit you straight away.
No. But it is now, the back half of the album is more. I'd be really interested to play this again, though, I must admit.
It's definitely one of those albums,
Yeah,
isn't it? You know, it's, I mean, they've nothing to prove, this band, have they?
No,
They're massive.
done it all,
I think
haven't
they're
they?
probably the biggest band in the world at the moment, aren't they? Something along
Band-wise,
those lines. Rock band kind of wise, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Because you still keep thinking of the old Arctic Monkeys, the classics, the 505s and the Are You Mines, and there's so many big hits out there, isn't there?
Yeah.
And great albums. And this, it's just completely different. But I just find it maturer, a bit more. It's ultra more sophisticated.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. There's just a
He's
massive
grown up,
difference.
haven't he? They've
in
all
them.
grown up, haven't they?
Exactly. Yeah. Trying something
I must
different.
admit, though, that I still stick with the same theme of...
Yeah.
It's not an Arctic Monkeys sound, is it? This could quite easily be an Alex Turner solo, sounding-wise.
I think both this album and the last album, Tranquility, you just automatically think, don't you? Oh, is it just him on its own? Because it doesn't quite. You just don't hear. You don't sort of hear all
It's orchestra and there's all sorts going on, isn't there?
I think that's what it is. It's just a different feel into a different vibe.
Yeah,
the whole thing's just different.
Yeah.
But there's still little bits of. You can hear the odd down it when the guitars come in. You think
little subtle bits. Yeah.
Oh, it sounds like Arctic Monkeys now, and then all of a sudden it goes back to it's Alex Turner.
Yeah.
Then it's like, oh, Arctic Monkeys have just stepped in again. Do you agree with that?
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
weird, isn't
Definitely. I'll tell you what I do always find interesting when these bands or these artists do take these left turns, especially mainly when they're with a band. It's obviously only one person's vision, this left turn, which I'm guessing it would have been Alex Turner's.
We don't know that.
Well,
do
yeah,
we?
5 people collectively aren't going to have the same idea at the same time. So there's obviously
somebody's got to come up with it, haven't they? And you'd expect it to be him.
Yeah. So then it's, I wonder how the band feel about that. Are they like, oh, right? Hey.
I think when I spoke to Barbara about a few things, and she said you'd be quite surprised because I think the I think it's the guitarist. I think he wrote one of the songs. I don't know which one that he wrote. It might have even been that Big Ideas. I'm not sure. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong on this. I'm sure that it won't be me that's wrong, it'll be her that's wrong. But do you get me? And then I think another one of the music on one of them, I think the drummer. The input's there.
Yeah,
the input's,
definitely. Yeah,
the input's. It's not like he's sort of gone, right, we're doing this and you're doing that. Do that. They've all got an input in it.
No, I get that. I just mean when he first approaches it to them, and they're like, "Oh right,
yeah.
So we're not going to be down, no.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I wonder what your first thought is.
Don't know. I mean, not all the songs are heavy. There's some slow songs on some of their albums that are kind of a similar sort of feel. It's just that I think, to me, Arctic Monkeys, I've never been a massive fan of theirs and massively into them.
Yeah.
But I've always thought, Arctic Monkeys, it's going to be fast, quirky, really quirky lyrics.
Distinctive
They'll be
sound.
jumping about. Yeah, they've got a really distinctive sound. But all of a sudden, Tranquility and this one, gone off on one.
Yeah. Which is fair enough.
Yeah,
it's absolutely fair enough.
But I get where you're coming from, Gavin. It's a good point.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Of course I do, yeah.
Which,
of course I do.
Like I said, I'm not making the statement they're saying it's a good or bad thing. It's just interesting.
It's just unusual. It's different, isn't it? It's different, yeah.
On to the next track, which is Mr. Schwartz.
First line there. Put your heavy metal to the test.
Put your heavy metal to the test. There might be half a love song in it all for you. Timing wise, it's probably for the best.
Sounds like he's referencing what we and you've just spoke about.
Possibly, mate, yeah.
Kiss me now before it gets too cute.
Not that line.
No.
Mr. Schwartz is staying strong for the crew.
Is Mr. Schwartz a metaphor?
Wardrobes lint rolling your velveteen.
Some character, isn't it? Whoever he is. Well, this is nice. So it's just sort of.
It's like your little directorial debut. As fine a time as any two did use.
I like this. I like this.
Yeah.
This beat.
The fact that neither you or I has ever had a clue.
Sounds a little bit like Latin American to me. A bit of a.
Wardrobe lint rolling your velveteen suit. Smudging dubbing on your dancing shoes.
Dubbing's like polish, but there's a kind of way of doing it that you kind of go over it twice or something.
Pretending to be doing
Technique.
a prize. Hands reaching in to hit the switch.
It's there. Orchestra, all the way.
It's all over it, isn't it?
Not one goddamn thing that you can do about it.
Catchy track, this, Gav.
Yeah. Another grower, I think.
Yeah.
Asking after all the wives and the kids.
Like a bossa nova, that. Nice, that.
Yeah, good that.
Another grower again. Yeah, another grower, Gav, yeah.
Like you say, it grew as it went on. I was getting more into it.
Yeah, I think as it's going along now, there's we're sort of getting a bit more of the feel of the album and what the album's about, kind of thing.
Yeah,
and it's a definite 2 or 3 listener into it before you're going to get this.
It's a mellow, chilled album, isn't it?
Yeah,
really.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I thought that last track, I really like that, especially when it started coming up with this bit of a bossa nova kind of beat going on, Latin American thing going on, vibe to it. I don't know. I just thought I'd love to crank that up. Just get it loud so it's you can really hear it sort of like belting out a bit. Yeah, because the feel of it. Yeah.
Moving on to the next track, which is Perfect Sense. Cinematic again, straight away.
Yeah.
Very open, isn't it?
Yeah.
Richard of yours.
It's all cinematic sounding into
the executive branch.
think I might have heard this one, Gav, to be honest with you. It sounds familiar. He just manages to write brilliant lines like that, doesn't he? You think, you know. Revelation or your money back. Fantastic two lines then. Yeah. Fantastic. That's what it takes to say goodnight. Sounds like another farewell sort of thing to me, this. I don't know.
I'm just thinking, is this the final track?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
I wrap my head around it all.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting this a bit.
Perfect sense. That's what it takes to say goodnight.
Get it? It sounds a bit like it's a bit of a farewell thing to me, this.
Yeah.
That's what it takes.
Trying to reference there that it's a marathon, not a sprint, innit? Like the long goal. And reminding myself it's not a race, you know, my invincible streak.
Yeah, good call, Gav, yeah.
My invincible streak turns into the final straight as in, well, it's a race as in, you know, it's going to be going on for a while. The invincible streak means they've done great work, done it, and they're on the final straight, which, as you say, could be the end.
Is it coming to an end of something, Is it an end for them, the band, etc.? Not...
Or is it another metaphor? I'm not
drawing in any conclusions there. We've no idea, but I just get that. I got that vibe on that song, and I got it on another one as well.
Interesting album. Really glad I've listened to it. Better than I thought, because I had heard a couple of singles and I thought, I don't know if I like this.
If it's your kind of thing, I get you, mate.
But, you know, you've got to be open-minded. And
I didn't realise that was the last track, to be honest with you.
No, I didn't. No,
it was a bit of a farewell track, weren't it? So we were probably right there. Yeah.
I think we've said it all the way through. It will definitely be a grow, and I will play that again because there was 3 or 4 tracks on there that I thought would really stand out. And usually when that happens, the other ones follow, don't they?
Of course they do.
What I mean? You get with the theme, so...
Of course they do, mate.
Yeah, no, enjoyed it. Completely, totally different than previous Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah, absolutely. It's nothing like it, is it?
Totally different.
Have you heard Hotel Tranquility? The album, the one before this, where they took
just
that big swerve.
Single. Did they have a single, Hotel? I remember it.
Yeah, I think they might have had about 2, if not 3 singles off it, I think.
No, sorry, the title track of the album was that was a single, weren't it?
Yeah, it was,
I've heard that.
They were really quirky, weren't it? And a right unusual kind of track to it and everything, That's kind of it's like a bit of a spin-off to me of it. They're kind of similar, but it's like Hotel Tranquility are a lot more quirky, a bit what's going on here, a bit sci-fi. Some of the lyrics are just all a bit futuristic, a bit modern, a bit, intergalactic or whatever you want to call it. Whereas that seemed to just come back down to earth again.
Yeah, get you.
And it looked a bit more like he were,
Are they a long time apart? A couple of years apart, them 2 albums?
I think so, yeah, they're not far off. I think that album, The Car, was 2022, was it? I think The Car, was it 22?
Right.
Or am I wrong though? Yeah, I think so.
So it will be interesting if they do another album. Are they going to go in another direction, or
don't know, man? I really don't know about
this theme. Is it now stick with this theme? This is the new Arctic Monkeys, or do they channel off again?
Yes, I think I heard a bit of a rumor, obviously from Barbara again, that he was going to be doing an album, possibly a 2, Alex Turner again with Miles.
Oh, Miles Kane.
What they're called now? The band. I forgot the name. What they're called?
They're called Shadow Puppets.
Shadow Puppets. Sorry, yeah, she'll kill me for getting that one.
I'll beat you to that one.
Yeah, the Shadow Puppets. So you'll be favourite this week, mate. Yeah. So that's what I'd heard, that he was going to be doing something with him again, which is another
interesting
off the rails one, isn't it? He just them 2 just go off on one, don't they?
They did some good tracks actually. On Jules Holland, Aviation, cracking track.
They're like a bit like they're almost joined at the hip sometimes. They're very, very well. They've been mates, haven't they, since they were really young? I think them 2.
Didn't you bump into Alex Turner once back in the day?
What's a bump into? Well, kind of, yeah. Funny story, Gavin. Yeah, I went to a concert back in, I think it was it must have been round about 2006, and it was in Sheffield. It was a place called the Lead Mill. I went in pretty drunken
state. Who were you watching?
I'm going to watch the Cooper Temple Claws.
Oh, right. Yeah. Which surprised I weren't with you.
I know, yeah. That was a band that we were really into. We followed them around, didn't we? They're a fantastic band that are no longer together.
Yeah, we loved them, didn't we?
And they were playing the Leadmill that night, and I'd gone in, and I was pretty intoxicated. I had quite a few drinks through the day for a change when I'm always watching gigs. Moochied my way through, and bar was hammered, and I just seen this very little small area, quite dark, and I thought, there's a bar there, and there's nobody in there. And I thought I'll probably get pulled here by a doorman or something, a bouncer.
Or something.
I don't know what it were, because I was drunk. Really dark, and I went in. It was bright in the room. Went in, anyway, long story short, stood at the bar, noticed a couple of, looked like quite young uns, sat in one corner on the left-hand side. Next minute, this lad come up to the side of me, looked like a young lad, just sort of looked at him like that, and he sort of looked up and...
Is he that small?
Well, it was pretty small, yeah. I mean, I think I'm about 5'11", something like 5'10", 5'11", but he looked dead tiny.
Really?
But he's going back to 2006. So, anyway, I didn't recognise him at first, but he just sort of looked. He looked like he'd had a few drinks or he'd had a decent smoke or
when
whatever.
He had all the...
Yeah, but it weren't quite, from what I remember, long. It was just like it's... Well, I'll tell you what it was. So basically, we just started chatting, just a very, very brief chat. I cannot remember what on earth we were talking about.
Really?
And then he just went, right, enjoy the gig, mate, see you. And off he went. And as he walked away, I thought, he looks familiar. And when I looked over then, to the left-hand side, there was 2 or 3 of them sat there, a couple of girls, and it was Alex Turner. And I thought... But I didn't know he was called Alex Turner.
Well, I bet they wouldn't have been that big then, would they?
Well, no, I think it was... all I remember is looking and thinking, that's that kid that does that You Look Good on a Dance Floor. You know, the single.
That's the single, wasn't
And I was like, bloody hell, but didn't think anything of it. And all of a sudden, you look back now, X amount of years later, biggest band in the world, man.
Massive.
Just incredible. That was my little experience.
Craig with Rockstar, mate. See ya. Get him on.
Yeah.
See if you can,
I'll give him a text after. I'll tell him I've just reacted to his album, see what he thinks.
See what he says, but...
Not happening.
Yeah, no, good. Glad we listened to it. Yeah, if you liked our video and you've not subscribed, please do. And keep putting likes, comments, give us any requests, and like I said, we'll try and get through. All
that's come through at the moment, really, really appreciate everything. All the subscribers and stuff. And
absolutely.
Comments and likes, enjoying it. Thanks very much.
Yeah, cheers.
Take care.